Library's not going anywhere. Slow down. A lot of cars come speeding through here at night.
Little embarrassed to admit it, I got a Spider-Man tattoo.
It's perfect.
Is that a good photo, Spider-Man? Hey, send it to the student newspaper.
The Spider-Men aren't the only superheroes in New York. Getting students to class on time? One of the greatest powers I've ever seen.
The timekeeper. He always made sure I got to class on time when I was at ESU. Don't think I could have managed college and the whole superhero thing without him. Not bad.
You know, I saw an old Grand Master playing there last week. Anyone could walk up and challenge him. And he lost to a kid who lives down the street from me. Dev. Never seen anything like it.
Maybe it's because I've grown up with it, but it feels like chess's natural state is to be played outdoors in a park.
Can I take it back?
Hey, Yuri!
I tracked the followers of the Flame to an abandoned clinic in Chinatown. We go together, maybe we'll find their boss.
So you can leave them to die too?
Not unless I have to. Look, this cult needs to be stopped. You want to come along, it'd make things easier, but I don't need you.
If I went, I could keep an eye on her. That should work for Robbie.
My best friend's kid painted this. I remember her showing me a sketch of it the day before it went up. New York is nothing without its people.
Love wins.
suffering through a litany of problems right now. Inflation through the roof, feckless government officials, and a country on the brink of a collapse not seen since the fall of the Roman Empire. Yet the worst, most insidious dilemma we face is that of the faceless. It seems another masked vigilante is bringing their illegitimate justice to the streets. All reports indicate an individual disguised in purple and sporting a take-no-prisoners approach to the illegal activities they perpetrate. Some of you have criticized the Spider-Men for not going far enough. But I can't believe what I'm saying. That's not in their jurisdiction. While they shouldn't be out there in the first place, at least they haven't sworn themselves as judge, jury, and executioner. We have systems in place for this people. If this new hero really wanted to enforce order to the fullest extent of the law, they'd join the police department. Why is it so hard for some people to follow the rules? This is the chaos the Spider-Men inspire. And why must I be the sentinel of statutes? Now, how about some man?
Good, good.
Honestly, we need a whole other photo series just on New York's music. Its impact, the communities it built, its outright brilliance. It's hard to encapsulate in one photo, but this isn't bad.
One time, these guys started to play music to match the fight I was in down the street. It was like I had my own bards. Perfect.
Protesting isn't just a constitutional right in New York. It's your civic duty. Especially when a multinational corporation is behind a bioweapon unintentionally getting released into the city.
Protesters like these are the reason why Oscorp's been speeding up their payouts lately. Looks like one of Marco's memory crystals Miles told me about. I should check it out. Didn't see there. Not bad.
Sometimes, I worry with all the terrible things that happen in our city. People be afraid to leave their homes, live their lives. But not today.
Yes, of course.
These people are out here every week dancing in ways that break my brain. I've actually been studying them for ideas on how to dodge better.
Be careful, Mom. Hat er gesagt,
it for real.
That should work for Robbie.
Well, well, well. Spider-Man's a shutterbug. Click, click. Whip, whip.
Yeah. Some things in New York you just can't explain. And that's what's great about it.
Does any other city have fans like this? Good, good.
Edificio por la ciudad como Spidey.
Reminds me of the people who write into the Bugle. And a few who work there. Freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. But saying a thing over and over again doesn't make it true.
Well, given all that's happened in the last few years, predicting increasingly wild events only seems sensible. It's perfect.
NYC, the mecca of basketball. Sure, you can play it anywhere with just a ball in the net. But when you got the people in the apartment buildings watching, the other players trash talking, and the sound of rubber hitting asphalt, there's a reason they call it the city game.
Favorite place to watch basketball, hands down. First time I swung past it on the way home, I ended up perched on a lamppost staring for 2 hours.
Crowd's looking pretty big today. You get a lot better shots if you come to the show, Spider-Man.
New York's always had a thriving underground wrestling scene. Even been to a few shows myself. That combination of theatricality with amazing feats of strength and athleticism, it's electrifying.
Ah, the old days. Pardon me. Hunter tech. I think I can put this to better use than them.
To New York's finest, Thomas. Was that a good photo? Post it online. In our house,
here we go.
Always best.
Now,
But that
I'll
does not
admit,
mean we're
I first walked into his shop because of all the articles about his new flavors, but his traditional ones are what have kept me coming back. Sometimes a classic is a classic for a reason.
If this city doesn't have the thing you want, you're probably not looking hard enough. Looks like one of Marco's memory crystals Miles told me about. I should check it out.
It was like falling through a window. How does it look? Was that good? If it's great, post it. If it's not, let it die.
Okay, you can send it to me. And also, am I prominent in the picture? I do represent a larger customer base.
Sorry.
Haha, the bodega beef. It was already a rivalry for the ages when it was just David versus Goliath. But when Teos had to deal with the bodega copying his success by using the exact same mascot, it stepped up to a whole nother level.
A bodega franchise is copying another bodega's mascot, who is a cat dressed like me. Only in New York, baby.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you went there.
Also, can I do one where we do a silly one, and then we do a serious one, and then I do my model face? I do a pouty one really well. Oh, I was gonna bleach my teeth before the picture. Ah!
It's perfect.
My grandma always talked about going here. She'd walk across the bridge every Sunday to get the freshest vegetables in the city. But one time, she was late and the guy in front of her bought all the tomatoes. And that's how she met my grandpa.
Little Odessa has one of the oldest farmers markets in the city. What better place to find a slice of New York life?
everything in the Civil War.
Not bad.
Is that? Oh, man! I haven't been there in years. When we were at the Bugle's old office, we'd hide out here whenever Jonah was about to blow. I finished a lot of assignments sitting at that bar, and a lot of grasshoppers.
Robbie recommended this place back when MJ and I were first going out. So cool. Totally made up for my obscene sweating from fighting Rhino that day.
Wait, what is that? Looks mysterious.
Right, people. 77 dogs in 10 minutes. And they were foot long. Hey, you paid for that photo, Spider-Man? I'm just kidding. You're cool. Oh, no. You're radical.
I heard this guy dips his hot dog buns in tomato juice before eating them. Now, I get that it makes it easy for them to go down, but tomato juice? Brother, that ain't right.
Spider. Seriously.
I tried to enter a hot dog eating competition with this guy last year, but the crowd booed me out after I asked for ketchup.
Off to sweep up, I hope.
You gotta hand it to New Yorkers. I wasn't even trying to be funny there. If there's a good time to be had, they'll find it.
Reminds me of when I fought the vulture and someone tried to use his broken off wings to fly to Long Island. This is much safer. Perfect.
Ah, the Manhattan Bridge. Can you believe they started building it in 1901? Finished in 1909. I thought it was old when I was a kid, but now, it's just amazing the history that's in this city.
This was the first bridge I swung across after I got my powers. All the cars honked. The tourists taking photos yelled at me to get out of their shots. It was nice. Not bad.
I don't know. Maybe, no.
You know, for a place where everyone's comfortable calling out when something's wrong, people here sure hate admitting when they're wrong. The writer in me does love the irony.
Accidents aren't unique to New York, but it does feel like they happen a lot here. At least these two are all right. That should work for Robbie.
Say what you will about social media, and I can say a lot. It's helped so many businesses stay afloat here when they would have gone under a long time ago.
Can't imagine how hard it is to open a food business in New York, let alone find success with it. that car does not care for traffic laws. Didn't know New York had a drift scene?
Big mistake, Spider!
Chalk one up for the good guys. Good, good.
I mean, if I was rich, I'd take advantage of that backdrop too. I'd also be worried about constantly launching balls off the roof, but I guess they can afford it.
Wait, what is that? Looks mysterious.
Man who has the impudence to fancy himself above the fairest of human nature has sunk immeasurably below. Oh, do you do headshots, Spider-Man? I could actually use a new one.
Whether it's on the stage or in the open air, where else can you see legends and soon-to-be legends performing every day?
Huh?
London? That's really far away.
Harry's favorite tennis court. With some luck, I'll be able to afford a membership when I'm 40. Ugh, who am I kidding? I'll never be a member. Respect to anyone who performs in front of an audience. I did an open mic set once. Aunt May was the only one laughing in the whole crowd. And she was hooting. bad.
When my son was growing up, I helped coach his youth baseball team here. Every game we played, the parents talked more trash than the kids, myself included.
Uncle Ben taught me baseball here. We watched a game together, then we threw the ball around a few times. I hit him in the ear. Hey, Robbie, you got the photo? I think it's a good one to close my submissions with.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But I'm a bit surprised you're stopping now since you left out two of the biggest parts of New York. The Spider-Man.
I mean, I don't know if they're that big. And they are kind of controversial.
Everything I see in these photos. All the stories and history and life. None of it would still be here if it wasn't for the Spider-Man. I hope they know that.
I bet they have some idea.
Well, thanks for the photos, Peter. You've always been better at this than you give yourself credit for.
I don't think that... Thanks, Robbie.